Hello everyone, this is V and we are here for an arena draft. Yeah, yes, we are going to do a Ninth Warrior video. You know how much I love this guy. And we are going to start, I think, with this one. I think the Armor Smith is particularly awful. It gains you a few life, but it's just got terrible stats and does actual nothing. So, Grace the Alchemist, I don't know if it's better than the Assassin, actually. But usually you can do something more or less useful with it, I hope. And I just don't think this is a very good card. It's just so clunky if you draw it early. So, yeah, let's go with that. Reaper here, I think, better than the others. Execute, I always want one, better take it when you can, because there may not be any more. And the Yeti, as usual. This is another awful choice, I think. We will go for the Magi here. I think they are a bit underrated in the warrior deck. You usually have quite some spell damage based abilities. Obviously that will not be happening today, but still. I do like Slam here, even though Raging Organ certainly isn't the worst. Slam can just be very good. And the Dark Iron Lord. Now we really need to get started with lower costs. I think Arcane Golem is surprisingly good. Cruel Taskmaster, very strong, always. And here we will take the Warsome Commander. A Cold Master as per usual. And this is a little awful. I think we will try another Battle Mage. Haven't taken one in quite a while. A second Reaper or Crusader. Don't have much 3-drops yet, so I do want one. We have 15 picks to go. Do I want 2 Reapers? Yeah, I think I don't mind. Defender seems better than Teacher. This is getting pretty awful. Yes, we take the Crazy Alchemist and the Berserker. And here I will go for the Commando, just thinking what's the best of those cards. And let's take a Teacher then, I guess. Not very happy about the way this is turning out. Silverhand Knight seems to have the greatest upside. And here I think we... well, I don't know. We actually lack early game quite a lot, so I think we are forced to take the Core Rifleman. Here I'll take the Crusader. This is a tough one. I really want a Raptor or 2, but I think the Elite is just so much better that I will be taking it. Black Knight I think is really great. Here, yeah, Flesh Eating Ghoul I guess. Although the Whirlwind is actually maybe better. Yeah, let's see. Another Execute I think, and yeah, maybe that's good. I think perhaps it's better than the Bluegill, but I can't be entirely certain of it. No, let's go for that. Weaponsmith I think is just better than the others. And here we'll go for the 3-drop. That leaves us with quite a poor deck I think. We have some strong cards, but our early game is really weak. No Cleaves, no Fiery War Axe. and very few 2 and 3 drops that are worth mentioning. But at least we have 2k gold left, even if we get nothing out of this, so I think it'll be okay.
Garrosh versus Uther. I will fight with honor. Victory or death!
I think we want to ditch this one. Do we want to keep the Battle Rage as a pretty good combo with the Blade Master? Yeah, why not? That seems fine.
Well met.
Greetings.
A weapon. That seems okay. The question now is, how are we gonna approach this? I think we don't want to do a turn 1 with Raider. Not to solve that weapon at least.
Reporting for duty.
We want turn 2, Ancient Blade Master. I think still not. Let's just drop that. That's easy for him to trade off. Easy for us to trade off. And if all goes well, we can Dark Iron Dwarf up if we need to trade something. I'm thinking that's a terrible plan. That's better, but not that much. And let's just work. Why? Because it means we have a Karate Weaponsmith in stock for next turn, which is good, which means another 2 hasty attack. It means we have a dwarf on the battlefield. It's just all around pretty good.
Let me think.
I think that 1/4 weapon is not the best. It's not terrible, but I can definitely see it being subpar a little bit. Yeah, that would be great for me. Please do that. Aww. See, this is what I meant. We can just do this. And I think we trade that off. Just to prevent him from blessing it. Because blessing it would be the absolute worst here. And there are a few creatures that would be annoying. Pin Creeper, mostly. Well, that's okay. That's wasting his entire turn. Basically nothing. Because he just can't do anything now, which means we are free.
Squire, attend me.
An army.
Ready, sir. Don't mess with Tusker.
Bring me steel.
And this is absolutely phenomenal. Look at this.
To battle!
If you insist.
Medic!
It's your turn. Enjoy.
Reporting for duty.
Let's see what we can do now.
I've got a huge
That's
gun. It's time for a little play.
Let the pain speak to me.
all right. And let's oh, let's drop this one. No, drop.
Who you want me to? Ready? Your turn to play.
That's easily lethal next turn, so
I've got a huge gun.
that has no impact whatsoever.
Reporting
Fucking
for
golem,
duty.
so good.
Join or die.
I'm ready. Well played.
Yeah, our late game is decent. It's just the early game that's gonna be the nasty part. Although we can succumb to
Geralt
card
versus
advantage.
Jaina.
It depends a
You
bit
asked
on
for it.
Victory or
the evolution of the game state, of course. I want to keep that. I don't think we want this yet. Nah, that's not really better. That's not a card you want to see in your opening hand. I almost never play that as a 3-drop.
It's time for a little blood.
That's unfortunate. I think here we will play the commander as a 3-drop.
Charge forward!
We just used the removal spell, so we might get something good out of that. No, I guess not.
I hope you like my invention.
Okay. Okay. Lots of removal. I guess we just take it out.
Chief, for Hell's Greed!
For the king!
Ah. It's a little unpleasant.
Try this!
It's okay.
Ruktar Ogar!
No good opportunities yet for a cult master. And he'll probably try here. Seems like the logical thing to do. The problem is that that leaves us with no good place. Yeah, that's quite an issue actually.
You love my new recipe.
Definitely not the ideal opening hand we had.
We'll open.
No,
You
that's
shall
not the
not
best.
pass.
Silver Moon shall not fall.
I guess we can bonk that.
I wonder.
That's not too good actually. I don't like any of the options here.
I wonder.
Your
Still
magic
think
shall
we'll do
not
this.
save you.
Don't rush me.
Yeah,
Back to work!
Don't rush me.
I don't like this line of play at all. I think it was really bad. Yeah, that makes it just a huge lot worse even.
Medic!
Yeah, that's just not very good. He has a huge advantage here. There's very little we can do about that at the moment. We just have no opportunity to use the Gold Master. He has so much removal spells. Look at that. That's the fifth. No, sixth removal spell out of him. That's just too many.
Join or die. Or both.
My shield for Argus!
Undoubtedly he has a flame strike left, or another AoE. I think I would save that up for this occasion.
I hear you got a problem.
It's not horrible, I guess. That means he has no flame strike, I think.
You call that a way? The breach!
Who's next?
This leaves him with no choice but trading somehow.
Pay attention, class.
For Najatar.
That I don't really get. I think that's just a horrible, horrible play.
Into the breach!
Sure, that was a mistake.
You love my new recipe.
For the crusade!
Who's next?
I don't understand why he did that. Just makes absolutely no sense. He should just trade it. He's digging for an AoE, I guess. Okay.
Ready for action!
Yeah, that's all very good. But he has to trade, right? He just has to. Still doesn't. Don't get that. Just makes no sense.
Join or die.
Let's see if this gives him a crystal. No. It gives him a crystal, but he already. Yeah, that doesn't make sense either.
Who's next?
Now let's not expose the ogre yet.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Okay. Overmage, that's 3 to him, and then 2 to everything, but 2 to everything is not something we want. Do we even want 1 to everything? No, I don't think so. I'll just take out that.
I'm not ready!
Yeah, that seems like the best. That way it can trade with pretty much anything. That's okay. Yep.
Don't
Fire! I've got a huge gun!
He allowed us to get back in that game by not trading for the Cult Master. We should probably have lost, and I think that would have been justified. It feels like stealing his win because he made a really bad choice there, I think. This seems like a bit loud, isn't it? Let's turn it down a bit. There, you can hear me better now, I hope. At this very moment, the BlizzCon thing is going on, so there will be information released soon about Hearthstone and other things I'm looking forward to, like the Diablo 3 expansion. I don't play
I
a lot
will
of Diablo,
fight with
but
honor.
Victory
I
or
like
death!
keeping informed. It's okay for once in a while, but I don't like grinding for gear that much. Nah, this is awful. Bad hand. And I'm also interested in the StarCraft 2 expansion, though I'm really bad at StarCraft games. It's just something I'm absolutely awful at. And this seems to be like it's gonna be a really bad game for me.
Shields up!
Yeah, this isn't exactly getting better. It's only getting worse, apparently. He must be thinking, oh, this is gonna be quite an easy game, and he might be right. Depends on what his follow-up is here, but it sure isn't looking too good.
Drink with me, friend.
That's not the first thing I could have done there. I'm going to... Yeah, what are we gonna do? I don't really know. We could elite and then weaponsmith next turn. That sounds like a decent plan. This would result in an immediate 2-for-1 trade, which I like.
War Chief! For Hellsreed!
While the other one is also a 2-for-1 trade, but one that I think I can get later too. So let's go for this one for now. See if he takes the bait. No, that's okay. Doesn't matter at all. That's even better actually than I had hoped. Let's just hope he drops the 2-3 now too.
Shields up!
Yeah, that's excellent. That's much less excellent.
Try this.
Well, that's not important.
Job's done.
Well, it is a little important, but worse things have happened in history than that. Next turn we can pump out a cheap 4-3, maybe have it hasty. Yes, that would be the best play. Yeah, I think so. He's undoubtedly going to trade here. Question is, what do we do? I think I want this out, trade there, kill that with an execute. I know that sounds inefficient, but the way I see it, we don't have to fear big things for now, and we can get a huge battle rage up that way next turn.
Charge forward!
X marks the spot! Die, landlubber!
Plus we can keep this alive. It just means that we can get a really good turn depending on what he does. Yeah, that's not even the worst.
I'll put it on your tab.
That is the worst. That just spoils my plans entirely. I guess we'll just have to beat him down instead. I really hope he drops a taunt. This Black Knight is so incredible. It's
Reporting for
amazing.
duty.
The absolute king of all kinds of stuff, all kinds of broken plays. It's just so great. Yeah.
For the well song!
Pay attention, class.
Let's draw 3, get a token. Armor up. Defender of Argus. If only that gave Defender to the target. That would be insane. And here we just trade off the token and
Reporting for
then
duty.
slam trade off something else, I think. Unless we just use the Reaper. No. Don't like any of those choices, to be honest. Let's just slam it.
I'm ready to learn.
And then, yeah, why not? It seems fine.
Instruction begins.
Victory.
After all, the gave up.
Well played.
Unfortunate. But honestly, I don't think there was any chance he could get back into that game. We had board presence, a million guards in hand, and
versus
what was he gonna do? I don't know.
shall
but
bring victory.
Victory or
the guess is not much impressive. Yeah, let's ditch those two. Clawing back into the game from that point is almost impossible, even with the consecration. Just wouldn't help him at all. And this game turned out to be quite a nasty game, of course. Priest is never funny to face.
For the crusade!
I've never seen a priest that's just a walkover. There are some that are easier than others, but the sheer amount of good cards make that your priest deck is always going to be good. The only problem I have sometimes with the priest is that
Join or die.
it's often just not sufficiently powerful enough. It's not particularly good at putting up early pressure. It's not particularly good at playing the mid game. Really needs to get its benefits from the overwhelming card advantage. And here is a great play.
Try this!
Join or die.
Lack of AoE removal, very grindy, good card throw, good removal spells, but it's a lot of one-on-one. If you can't get your Northshire Cleric going, it's not easy. See, this is just a 1-for-1, and what has he gained? Well, not all that much, to be honest.
Watch this!
Ready, sir.
And it's not like he has good options. He can take control of a creature, but we have Arcanite Reaper, so that's just not gonna help.
In the light's name.
And that's a particularly bad creature. Here we'll just stuff off. We can double trade. Am I afraid of the blowout? Not really. I have so many cards left that I think it's actually worth it. So I'm going to do this.
work? Lock that loaded.
puts him under insane pressure. He has to come up with a Holy Nova now, or he's just gonna die, and he just used one. So yeah, that's just insane. Yeah, I don't care. By all means, my friend. See, this is completely ridiculous. Now you can see how incredible this card is.
Watch this.
To battle!
If you insist.
Fire!
Just unconditional for a taunt.
Well played.
Yeah, it is tempting to do that with the priest, to create a huge buff creature, but it's so vulnerable to silence, to other kinds of blowouts with unconditional removal. And this, I think, is one of the reasons why you really want unconditional removal in your deck, at least 2 or something.
Protect the wild.
Execute whatever you can get, X, polymorph, doesn't matter. Just get some, and they will sometimes just be complete blowouts for the opponent, and you will win games on the back of that, just by playing one single card. And that's why removal is so godly. Yeah, obviously cannot play the Arcane Golem here, that should be very obvious to anyone. That's okay though. We will find a use for it later. I think playing it here is just awful. Always want to trade for it, preferably 2 for 1. I don't think we are going to be executing that. Just don't see a reason for it. Let him come up with some other
Give me a
big
quest.
creatures. How to play this? There are several options here. I think the best is to play this and this. After banging on this and then trading the Cruel Taskmaster with the Questing Adventure. So start with this. We play this.
Back to work. Well played.
And then trade that.
Problem.
Yeah, he will probably find a way to kill that, but still better than leaving the Questing Adventure on the board, I think. And here I will just trade the token in the execute.
Ready, sir.
Well played.
If you insist.
I realize that he can have much bigger creatures, but... well, maybe it was wrong. Just... yeah, I don't know.
Truth is my shield.
That, for example, is a much higher threat, of course. Question is, do we just ignore it and rape him? I think we do.
Your magic shall not save you.
Well played.
To
Battle.
Die, mage.
That seems like a good idea, right?
what to do.
I don't know, but it better be a taunt creature.
I wonder.
Yeah, so do I. Let's just get on with things, shall we? There aren't that many cards that save you here, so either play them or die. Start, but that's not enough by any stroke of the imagination. That's good, but not enough.
My shield for Argus!
And that's also not
Well
even
played.
close to enough.
I can see.
Well played.
Yeah. Good cards are good. Perhaps you wonder why my videos are so long. I think getting the entire draft in one YouTube video is just better, even if that makes the video over an hour long. I don't think the length is particularly important, except of course that Flash sucks. But you should be able to pick the games. I'm not entirely sure how to do that yet actually, or I would make links to each game individually. The disadvantage of that is of course that it shows you ahead of time how many games there are in the arena draft, and that's not very fun. Unless you think knowing everything ahead of time
Put
is
this apple
actually
on
good,
your head.
but I don't agree with that kind of stuff. I think I want to trade here. That creature is just very dangerous. He coined it out, meaning he might not have a very good follow-up. Even if he does, we can likely trade with it with the Berserker. No, that's okay-ish. Just playing Berserker here, I think is fine. He can't attack into that efficiently, but he probably also doesn't want a speed removal or something like that. And the Blade Master, I really want to get my Apple Rage going with that. So let's play the Ogre Mage.
Who you want me to
Okay. That's fine, I guess. He did end up spending his removal on it. Here he probably doesn't want to do that. I mean, he probably doesn't want to. Yeah, he might attack the ogre.
What now?
So we'll just toss out 50, I think. Leave it up to him to decide whether to trade the little monster here. He might still be able to take out the creatures, but I prefer keeping these around still. I want to trade always a 2-for-1. There's no point in wasting it for no reason. Here, I would love to play two things, but I cannot. So let's just put him down to 14. With all his haste in hand. he'll have to come up with an answer, which he can.
I'm ready. I'm not ready.
That's a good one. Yep, pretty nice.
Try this. Ready. Job done.
Not much mana, let's see what trade he chooses to make. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I think this is just great.
For the war chief.
My shield for Argus!
There are a few things that get him out of this. Not many. Being at 5 is just painful. And that's definitely not going to help at all. There's nothing. Yeah, it's just game over.
Well played. Well win.
And there we go, another 6 and oh! And again, I apologize for doing almost nothing but warrior. It must seem boring by now, but in the last 2 weeks, my worst result was yesterday on unrecorded draft. I went 6-3, and that was only because I got disconnected, or it would have been better. So I think you can. Yeah, that is so good against the druid. Let's just pick Stealer then. You can forgive me that I keep picking it, I hope. I think it is most fun.
It's time for a little blood.
It's not always the best, but often close to it, and the playstyle just suits me a lot. It just has a lot going for it that I like. There's not a lot of disadvantages. And here I don't know. Always want to play conservative. I just, in this kind of gameplay, the question seriously is quite simple to me, and it's just like, well, are we gonna grind him out, or are we going to, you know,
Who you want me killed?
here I will just execute him, I think. Are we gonna grind him out, or are we gonna rush him down? And the answer to that question determines whether or not you play a card. In this case, I'm not gonna rush him down. So the way I'm gonna win is grinding him out as much as possible. And if our plan is to grind him out, then what on earth is the benefit of playing that for no value? So that's my reasoning there.
Love my new recipe.
Ugh. Do I want to do that? Yeah. We have a way to solve that, that's not the point, it's just inefficient to do it that way. Because he will probably trade, yeah. And then I'll play my rifleman. Or that. Could play that. Might trade with the gnomish inventors actually. It does leave us vulnerable to an AoE effect.
What now?
Still though. Well, let's just do that.
Attend me. Ready, sir.
The Iron Force Rifleman play might still have been better, but it's just that next turn I could haste it up. That is enticing.
Truth is my shield.
Ah, great. That's just so awesome. See how incredible our knight is yet again.
None shall pass. Well played.
Okay, he might still have bigger taunt creatures, but we got our value from it, and I hope we can just draw 3 or 4 cards next turn from the Battle Rage. Yeah, no, we can't. I think we just trade here.
I'm invincible.
This does leave the option to... yeah, no, actually that's not that great for him then.
Charge forward!
My shield for Argus.
Into the breach!
I'm just trying to get a good Battle Rage off here. That will fix all our issues, but yeah, this board is a little vulnerable to a swipe. It's not entirely bad because he'll still have to take 5 for that, but
What?
it's definitely not ideal. Yep, as I expected. Does waste his entire turn now. So that's at least something. No, that's not good either. How do we solve this? I don't want to slam. Don't really want to Arcane Golem. Just with Battle Rage, even though I don't like it. And that's a much better option. Now I do want to Arcane Golem.
The breach!
Slam plus Execute is great for something
Where
huge,
shall I strike?
like that for example. Yeah, he will no doubt trade with a creature. In this case, I'm just gonna Rifleman and Execute, I think. And then Hasty on him.
Locked and
That
loaded!
seems good.
To the breach!
That saves a Spellbreaker for the last turn. Taunter. Well, not last turn because we only have 9, so if he does anything, yeah, that's ridiculous. That's actually the worst we could have imagined. Come on, Reaper. No, it's not a Reaper. Still decent.
Eat! God!
He really needs removal here. Taunt won't do it.
Mind
But
if I roll knee?
yeah, that's not useful.
The frost wolves
Neither
stand
is
ready.
that. Nor that. Yeah, we have it.
Well played.
Your magic shall not save you.
Well played.
Interesting game. Trying to set up for a big battle rage is, I think, worth it. As you could see, we still drew 2 cards, which was the worst case scenario, but had he not taken care of our creatures with spells, then we could definitely have drawn 3 or 4. So I think that was worth it. Problem with Battle Rage now is that it requires a lot of work to get a lot of value from it. I guess that's okay though.
for it.
Victory or death!
And this seems fine, but I'm gonna ditch the Reaper. We have 2, we're gonna draw 1 again at a later point. Again we are on the play. I think it's a disadvantage because you can not sculpt your hand as when you are on the draw, but it's not a disadvantage to the extent that it is backbreaking. I think the victory numbers are on par between draw and play. I just think that if you are on the play with a certain kind of deck, it disadvantages you more than being on the draw, because being on the draw is good with any kind of deck, while being on the play is just a lot better with a certain kind of deck. I guess that explains it best. Yeah, this is awful. Really awful. I guess we trade. Don't like it,
Who you want me kill?
but I think we have to.
Work!
Scarlet Crusader, I have grown to like it a lot more lately than I was liking it before. I thought of it as mediocre for quite a long time, but starting to appreciate it quite a lot. It's often just so very good. No. Yes. Yeah, I'm just gonna drop 2 here.
Job's done.
Well played.
I think this one is actually underrated quite a lot. People seem to not value it very highly, but I think it's one of the best cards. Question is, what do we do here? He's most certainly gonna attack that. We can't really bait him with anything because all we have in our hand is value. Don't want to Arcanite Reaper and Bloodsail Raider. I'm starting with an attack. But I think, well, I'm just not sure. All my options seem terrible. Well, let's just do that. And assume, well, that if he had... Well, Blizzard isn't even that great here. I mean, yeah, it kills our creatures,
Someday I'll be just like you.
but... Okay. I guess that's okay.
Job's done.
Let's take the risk. Does he have an ooze? I hope not. Well, it's not even that bad a thing to lose a match. That's quite alright, actually. No shame in that at all. Yeah. Drop this.
X marks the spot.
Yes.
X marks the spot.
Then we can we can arcane golem that, we can smash that and slam that. I guess that's the best we can do. Yeah. Guess so. No value slam, but we are already in the danger zone anyway, so... Ugh. Yeah, that's gonna be game for him, I think. Don't really have a good answer to that.
Try this! Charge forward!
Die, landlubber.
Yeah, nothing I can do to play around that. Oh well.
Well played.
I don't really think that there was particularly much we could do. Maybe... No. We were on the back foot at a certain point and it just took us too much to get back in, and with that giant it was always going to be bad. But when he played that Kern, and that's when things got completely out of control. Beating a Kern is not particularly easy. Yeah. If you can silence it, it's an automatic 2-for-1. And if you can silence it, then what? Yeah, this is bad again. There are just so many situations in which this thing is off. I'm definitely not picking 2 ever again. It's sometimes good, but it's really situational. Let's slamify and kill that thing.
Well played.
It's not good against Sentient Shieldmaster, but what is? Not much. Well, that's okay, I think. We can weaponsmith and then kill one. We don't have spells, so Violet Teacher seems not the most interesting card to play.
Squire, attend me!
Ready, sir.
We can eliminate one. Rifleman up. That seems okay.
I've got a huge gun.
Depending on how he trades, I don't expect him... Well, he can always have an AoE.
I'm sorry.
Well, you don't have to be sorry, it's just a one-for-one removal spell. Yeah, that's particularly awful, of course, yet again.
Charge forward!
For the crusade!
Well, this is bad, but what choice do I have? None. There's literally nothing you could do there. This hand is just now gone extremely weak against everything. Crazed Alchemist is just so terrible now. Especially against those kind of cards. It's just awful. I guess we can pump out Violet Teacher. And then what? I don't even know.
Wonder.
None of my cards are actually good.
Pay attention, class!
You probably just trade here. There's no reason not to. It's a good trade. And then he can start putting pressure out.
My shield for Argus!
Oh, that's a lot better than his trading.
Me and Mr. Bitey.
We're gonna just wing that, I think. Oh, we could take out that, but we can do that next turn.
Locked and loaded!
And, oh, let's just stop the over. Yes, I realize that he can trade his only Black Knight target for that, but
We must
let's
cleanse the
assume
Sunwell.
that he doesn't want that. Oh, he does. Little old.
My shield for Argus!
Yeah, this is becoming insurmountable really quickly.
None shall.
We killed that, I think. Maybe we should have killed that. I'm not sure. And then we neutralize that.
You love my new recipe!
The lack of AoE. Yeah. Our lack of AoE, not his. Really bad for us. And we are dead here. Defender of Argus. Incredible, incredible creature.
X marks the spot!
It's time for a little blow.
Well played.
Probably the best creature in that particular slot. It's a rare 4-drop. I don't really know of any better than this. It's definitely a lot better than the... whoa! Ragnaros. So yeah, he just has an amazing deck.
Well
So
played.
that's not an unfair loss, I think. Twilight Drake, or what's it called, is just way worse than that. Well, let's see if we can get that 8 win from 7-0 to 7-2. That's not very good, but I think the results were justified. I'm not sure we got outplayed, but we sure got outmatched. And yeah, that's how it is.
Garrosh versus Malfurion.
I must protect
Right.
the one.
Victory or death!
Again, we have to go first. I think we ditch this one. It's not very good early on, of course, although it's not actually that bad. Might be better. Hope we draw some spells. Places 2 cards, gets a coin, and he has some early play. The second and fourth cards were worth keeping, so probably early drops or removal. Okay, that's just not good to Alchemist. We're going to rebuild hopefully we can Alchemist something turtle. But the problem is that everyone picks 3/2s. Very highly
I hope you like
praised
my
Alchemist
invention.
is just terrible for that. Ah, no.
You love my new
I
recipe.
guess. But see, this is just awful. Really
My
awful.
thanks to you.
It's not good at all. I think we should probably do this. No reason. Well, we could trade, but it
Your
seems
magic
worse.
shall not save you.
And that's of course the problem against mages and druids. The 2 power traits for 3 toughness much more easily.
What to do?
Perhaps trading there wasn't the worst, but no, it's just so awful.
Pay attention,
Crossing
class.
that out. You'll need help to kill it, so that's fine. If we can trade 2 for 1, that's gonna be good. But our hand once again is pretty awful.
I wonder.
But it can become very good very quickly, of course, depending on what he plays. At the moment, however, it's just terrible. We really like the 5 war access for this. It's just not good enough right now. But the real problem is, of
Time waits
course,
for no one.
early drops. We don't have any, we didn't get any.
Your magic shall not save you.
That I like. Yeah. That is a problem, isn't it? Yeah, it's just... What are we gonna do? Definitely not trade like that.
Instruction begins.
Yeah, we'll have to get rid of it somehow. I just got rid of it now. That's not a good reason, but I just want to get something out of that Gold Master. Without early creatures, it's just, yeah, everything becomes worse
The
if you
gates
don't
are
have
open.
early creatures. This is obviously
None shall
Instruction begins.
Job's done.
on early creatures. Everything depends. Can't do without them. Swipe plus attack would be okay, I guess, but that's just bad for us.
what to do.
I prefer the kinds of opponents that just keep dropping bad creatures. I don't think he intends to do that. No. That certainly isn't the worst. Oh! Yeah, I really like you. Thanks, etc, etc, etc. Yes.
Instruction begins.
Next turn can be great, can be absolutely terrible. Let's hope for something good. A big creature would be just fine, I think.
I wonder.
Not that creature though. It's really not what I wanted to see. It's not the worst. The question is, do we draw 3 more cards? I think we should.
I wonder.
Yeah. We can devastate him, I think. We have this. We can put out 13 damage, putting him to very few life.
What
It's
now?
nothing great for next turn though. Still good enough, I think. Yeah, I know we could have done that in round 4, but I was a little afraid of the mana. Well, I think it would have been better to just do that for Berserker, of course. Did we draw that? No, we had that, right? So yeah, probably should have drawn one more card. And that would have changed our play to Weaponsmith plus attack. That would still have been fine, I think. This is only bad if he has an ooze or something. And the problem, of course, being at 12 is that using the ability becomes not so great.
I wonder.
It's obviously a difficult choice. Maybe it's a Deadwing. Deadwing is really awful here. It's unlikely. Deadwing is 10 by 1. So now Protector maybe. Yeah, that's what I thought. So what do we do against that? We have 2 damage, 6, and then east it all up. Is that better? And then just slamming, attacking.
I wonder.
Just slam.
Done. Oh, I've got a huge gun.
So that's 5. Yeah. Only chance to actually get this. This game should be won, barring really crazy things. Optimizing that play in the time given was not that easy. Perhaps we should have just traded that one. Would that have been lethal? I don't know. It's 5, then 6, 7 mana used, and working golem. No. No, that wouldn't have been lethal either. This is lethal though.
Well played.
Die, lad.
Play.
Alright, so there we go. Alright, that was a lot more exciting than usual, at least with the warrior. We got roughed twice pretty badly, and we won the other games quite well, I think. Some were close, some were not even remotely close. Let's go over the cards. Execute, I think, was decent, although it's often a bit to your disadvantage, of course. You have to damage the creature, but you need it. I think having at least one is essential, because there are gonna be moments when the opponent has something out that you just need to get rid of, and this kind of unconditional removal is just what you are looking for. What did it do for us today? We killed a few small creatures with it, but always at a point where it was needed. But I think if we had more small creatures, that would have prevented that situation, and then we could have traded, for example, a 3/2 for a 6/6 and then execute it. It's often card disadvantage, but as I said, I think you need them. Whirlwind was not that great. Only really benefited from it with the battle rage, but well, it's a whirlwind. I think maybe the other option was better, but I don't remember what it was. I'll go back to check it later. Here I think we didn't get much advantage from it. I'm always on the fence about this card, but if you already have battle rage, value goes up a little. Problem of damaging your minions, of course. Only good if you have enraged things. Battle Rage was good, but not great. It's still fine, but it's nowhere near as good as was before the patch, where it was absurd. Now it's just a decent card, should usually draw 2 or more. Set it up to draw 3 or 4 and you'll win. Even if it exposes you to an AoE like in that Paladin game. He got a 3 for 1, but we got to draw I think 4 or 5 cards, so it wasn't at all relevant. Slam is good, very good card I think. It's a bit situational, but it can usually prevent 2-for-1 trades for the opponent. It's quite useful in using divine shields. It's pretty good for weakening bigger creatures like that 3 in last game. And well, you always get parity from it, whether you kill something or draw a card. Value goes up tremendously if you get a gadget and auctioneer, and of course it's decent with the Violet Teacher as well, so that's something to keep in mind. I think we got value from it quite a few times, and I would pick 2 of it or more if the choices were correct. Middle of the line kind of thing. Take it if there's nothing better, but there are definitely better picks. I think most creatures are better than a slam if they are quality creatures. So I would definitely take, for example, a Chillwind Yeti over it, or the Cleric or Gorkon Elite, but if it's weaker creatures, then the Slam probably wins out. Berserker was fine. The times this gets actually enraged are not that numerous, but it's still fine. It'll usually trade with something. And we had to take it, so it did its job I think. Bloodsail Raider was good once or twice. You really need a little bit more weapons than we had. But the potential upside is really high, and the downside, well, it's not really there. It's a 2-3 for 2. Most people, including myself, are going to try to get 3 2s for 2 mana, so it trades properly with them, and it trades better with tokens and totems and the small card draw guys. So pretty decent overall. It was fine in our deck, but we also had it in hand a few times when it was absolutely terrible. So another situational card. For a common I think it's a little weak, and well, if we had access it would have been a lot better. Bluegill Warrior again was great. Great Alchemist we had 2, which was at least 1 too many. I was thoroughly unimpressed with this card. It was dead a few times, it was actively negative for us a few times, and well, I think it's just not very good unless the stars all align. I'm not inclined to take it again. Cruel Taskmaster was good as always. Absolutely terrible to let these pass. Take as many as you can get I think. 2 or 3 is very fine, but don't forget to not always put them on turn 2. You can definitely save them up to do more work than that. Arcane Golem, still gonna say that this has impressed me. It's not that it did a lot of things, but the negative just had so little impact. In all the games we played, it was never noticeable, and the haste can be very, very good. The good thing about this is, let's say that it can trade 1 power thing, it already got a 2 for 1, and it can kill the opponent out of nowhere, so I think it's just a very fine creature. Definitely would pick it again. Same for Injured Blade Master, I think this is underrated a lot. 4 power for 3, and it can get better. It did its job again. It was one of our few 3 drops, so definitely been of high value. Rifleman was a bit clunky, wasn't all that great. We did a few good things with it, but I think in general the Taskmaster is just a lot better, and the 2-2 body is just too weak. Crusader was fine, we faced one, his was fine too, ours was very decent, even against the mage it was okay. Hearthstone Commander, I think we had to play it too early, which was caused by the lack of early drops, so it didn't shine in this particular arena draft, but it usually does, and that's because the rest of our deck was structured a little differently, a little bit on the high end compared to the usual way it is. So if you have more low drops, this is gonna increase a lot in value. Weaponsmith was great, Chilling Deity was great, Cultmaster was, well, again, because our curve was higher and we were on the back foot a few too many times. Cultmaster loses in options, but it's still, I think, almost 1 or 2 games. So I don't feel bad for picking this, it's just really good. Dark Iron Dwarf as well, this was actually very good. In this arena draft, definitely got a lot of value from it, and the same goes for Defender Argus. These two double time. Defender is the best in the 4 slot for the rares, I think. I think it's even better than the Dark Iron Dwarf a lot of the times, but you usually want to play it later, so I don't think this is something you drop all that often on turn 4, whereas the Dark Iron Dwarf is much more likely to get played on that turn. So a little difference in application, but both are very, very strong. Same goes for the Gorkron Elite, of course. This was very good most of the times, easy to get a 2 for 1 out of it. Ogre Magi, yeah, it's a body, we had nothing better, so it did what it was supposed to do. We didn't get much value from the spell damage, and yeah, that's not abnormal since we only had 2, or what was it, spells that used that. Spellbreaker, of course, great as usual. Pilot Teacher wasn't good because we had a low amount of spells, still the 3-5 body was relevant. Reaper won us some games, absolutely, this was phenomenal in the games we had it. Definitely won 2 or 3 solely because of the Reaper, I think. Silverhand Knight was fine, nothing spectacular. We didn't get blown out because we played it. Sometimes that happens, a swipe on it can be really bad, but it was okay this time, I think. And Stormpike Commando was not that instrumental. It was good a few times, but again, it's going to be better if you have more early pressure, because then you can actually curve out into this and get very good trades because of it. But that wasn't the case very often. A few times though, it did just exactly what we wanted, deal 2, but a more efficient creature would have been better for us here. And the Black Knight, of course, the best creature in our deck. We drew it once when it was terrible against the mage where we lost the game, but realistically I don't think any of the other legendaries would have been better there. And when we could use it, it was just great, especially against the priest who boosted his minion to 14/14, and then we just answered with Black Knight and attack into him. That was one of the best examples of what it can do. So that was the deck, hope you enjoyed it. Now let's see what our prices are. Probably 200-ish gold. And the boosters, as usual. You always get a booster. That's not exactly surprising. 110 to 175, so that's very nice. And it's been quite a while since we got the legendary. Holy fire, not something I need of. Already had it. Okay, see you next time.